Hello, good day everyone. How are you all today and welcome back. My name is Hussein and I'm going to bring you back some of the market updates that you can actually look into towards the middle of the week and how you can actually plan ahead your trade in advance and how the sentiment of the fundamental side of the market view will be impacting on your trading. All right. So all in all, looking ahead, we have got an FOMC meeting minutes coming ahead, which will be having a major impact on the market. Federal Reserve minutes arrive tonight later on, whereby the minutes will cover two emergency meetings held by the Federal Open Committee last month, which actually slashed about 0% from 0.25% as the impact of the pandemic became clearer. Right? The Fed also announced a huge amount of quantitative easing, expanded repo operations, and credit for commercial banks. Well, usually the minutes give hints to the market on whether the FOMC is leaning hawkish or dovish, but it is safe to say that today's release will illustrate an all hands on deck approach and likely a willingness to do more if possible. All right, and central banks have actually rolled out their global financial crisis playbooks in a matter of days, with the Federal Reserve buying assets of about $1.5 trillion dollars since announcing a return to quantitative easing, which will be most likely to be said on today's meeting. And all in all, it will be having a very major impact on the forex market and also the stock market. Looking ahead, the point number two that we believe it's one of the most important topic for today is the oil inventories on tap as cuts still are uncertain. The oil prices basically took a tumble for the second straight session as traders were kept in limbo on the possibility of a production cut. Even if OPEC can agree to cut production when it meets on Thursday, the drop in demand for oil across the globe means those cuts may not be enough to stabilize the market. All right, so guys, all in all, ahead of the meeting, the weekly US oil inventory numbers also arrives later on with another big build expected, which will be having an impact on the oil market. And on the other hand, New York curve flattening means that even though stocks ended lower, there were some more encouraging news about the spread of the infection in the US. New York State actually they highlighted that the number of new cases admitted to intensive care units dropped significantly, a welcome sign for a state that is quickly running out of hospital beds. And then New York governor also, which is Andrew Cuomo, will be actually giving another speech later today. So that will be giving us a little bit of probability of direction towards the market. So all in all, these are the few topics that we will be looking into the middle of the week. And all in all, for the forex market, definitely volatility has been on a big roller coaster. Major currency pairs are driving like crazy. There's huge, so much of volatility in the forex market, and it has been on the move. And you can actually check most of the major currency pairs. They are pretty well performing towards the desired direction. So now in a short while, I want to show you some of the 5 to 6 markets that will be having major volatility expected, and on the price section analysis how you can take a position if at all you want to go long or short on this order. Right, so wait a moment and I will be showing you in a short while. All right, so looking into the live market on some of the most happening periods, let me just get started with first of all with USD CAD. If some of you are watching our videos at the early of the week, if you remember, we highlighted that this currency pair had a structure of this triangle which actually broke this support and formed another support. However, looking at the current structure, we're expecting a pullback down because this pair is giving us all sort of potentially short positions. All in all, as you could see here, it has reversed from the very peak, and all in all, from intraday basis, I mean, if this pair do not reverse from here, we expect this to go up a bit up, meets up at the level of the falling resistance, and then drops big again. So keep an eye on USD CAD. Overall, it's gonna go down, but to look at the levels that they need to meet, I believe that it's gonna go short from here, either from here or from here, right? So keep an eye on that. Moving on to Euro JPY, it remains on an H1 time frame on intraday basis, still remains on a short-term buy momentum. If it breaks this resistance, support, then you may expect this pair to go down with the corrective structure for it to give you a more potential sell opportunity, right? So there could be an alternative scenario that you may actually expect from here. And then here. But if at all it do not break the support, you can go long and put a stop loss below here, and TP could be somewhere here. Perfect. Then looking at CAD JPY, it similarly have a same pattern like Euro JPY, and if it is going to break this candlestick resistance, which is the previous high of this candle, then you may expect this pair to go up. But if at all it goes out of this channel, then you may expect this pair to complete a double top, which is right here. So keep an eye and watch onto your levels to take your trade. AUD USD, not a very clear picture, but overall, as you could see, it is a downtrend. Perhaps it's a short-term retracement that it still need to go back up till here. All right, probably you will come back and test this zone, right, and then go back up, right? So that's what we're looking at. But if at all, if it breaks this support, then you can look for it to go short. Swiss franc, looking at the current pattern on it, let me just zoom in, zoom out. Here you go. All right. Okay, so probably it is going to complete this pattern all the way down to here, right, until it meets this support. Right. So if you want to go short, if you want to take a sell position on this, wait for the price to break these level, right, to break these level, all right, and then you can go a sell position right below here, right? Looking at the structure, it looks like it's going to form a structure like this, and probably, hang on, and then that's what we're looking at. Boom. All right, so all in all, that is the expected structure on USD Swiss franc, USD CAD we have done. GBP USD, well, like we spoke about it earlier of the week, we are expecting this to go up. It did happen, it did went up. Now it is still in the corrective zone. However, it could be temporarily coming down here, right, temporarily coming down, and then go upwards, and because we see here is a very major resistance on a short-term time frame. This is why the pair did not really go up well yet, but however, it is actually struggling to go up from here, to go back and test this zone. All right, so all in all, that is to do with GBP USD. And then looking at Dow 30, oversold, extremely oversold, like we spoke about it a few weeks ago. It is gonna go up, and ever since then it has been going up. So that is the next likelihood, one leg down probably, and then follow back upwards to its actual direction, which we believe that things are gonna get better, coronavirus is gonna go away, and we believe that after a hard time we're gonna get back to normal, right? So that is the market updates for today, and we're gonna come back and come back with more analysis on the upcoming Friday. Stay tuned and do follow our videos regularly, so that will keep you informed, prepared, and ahead of the markets. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.